All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the truth hour with General Osiris and said he kick back. Get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. It's going down, family, this October, the Sunday, October the 27th. We are talking about Halloween, the holy day from hell, the dangers of a thin veil, holiday lingo, trapping African souls. I want you in the house most definitely. You can see the general is warming up, and we're gonna put it all together on October 27th, and it's guaranteed to be. There's no other presentation on this subject that could even come close to the information that the general gonna drop on that day. Click that link right there in the video description in the chat, and most definitely be there. Sunday, October the 27th. That's right. I'm excited and delighted to be accepting members to the Sarasu Seti YouTube page, a dynamic page. Y'all already know what it is, Black Power, Black Frequency. If you're feeling that frequency and energy, you should most definitely join. Link right down in the video description in the chat. Click it. You'll get a video introduction rundown on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the Sarasu and Seti YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. Family, for the membership, Sarah Super Soldier, Seti Super Soldier, BPC Boss. We're going to have, we got 2 live streams waiting on your scandalous word origin, still defiling our vocabulary today. Frigga, the witch goddess of Friday. We dropping that for our members, and so most definitely I'm gonna have the links up there, and I want you in the house because it's off the chain. You get the visuals and everything. I know that's what you want, so don't dare miss it. That's right. Ring the alarm, KingSeti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarasu Seti, DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics. We got the Moringa Detox on deck right now. The Shea Butter. We got the natural men's tonic, extra strong for vigor and vitality. We got that for your sour sop builders. I know you, and it's that time. You need it. Over 21 different herbs and roots for your family. Get on over there today, don't you? We got your toothpaste too. And so most definitely all natural, no fluoride, and 3 or 4, 5 different herbs in it. Most tastes good. Get you together. KingSeti.com online marketplace. Pull the fire alarm, GeneralSeti.com, Seti University, over 2,500 videos, all the subjects that you know and love from the general on African history, heritage, spirituality, nation building. There's not another website on the planet that can compare or compete. I want you to get on over there and become a member today. And everybody knows Seti popping on Patreon, BPC making noise. We never come. This is the lecture hall for the BPC. You get many lectures, all the videos, presentations, many lectures. And so we got coming up, why do Europeans celebrate their most sacred holidays in the dead of winter? We just dropped the fall of the sun, return of the malevolent shadow beings. Tomorrow, we're dropping our African people still possessed by the spirits of their slave master. Also, the thin veil of October, escape from the other world. This is all going down on Patreon with the visuals. That's what you want. So get on over there, family, and blow your mind today. To the family that donated to the general, I thank you. I appreciate the fact you appreciate me. Any of the family would like to donate. Link right there on the screen in the chat, in the video description. Click it, donate. I thank you. I appreciate you. And make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King Seti, General Seti, Sarasun Seti. Rock that notification bell. Give a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share with your family and friends. And comment. Just don't say nothing stupid, because I will ban your ass. Now, we talking about ancient Egyptian gods, netters, and goddesses Black people can invoke for spiritual defense in the fall and in the winter seasons. I'm going to all my family out there on their Kemetic studies, and you need this. Okay, you need this. And so, now, number one, See, when we dealing with a time like this, we got all type of shadows on the planet. The sun has fallen in this hemisphere. Okay, we have come to the fall equinox, which was September the 22nd. And so at the fall equinox, the nights become longer, the days become shorter. And so, and in those times, I'm going to tell you something, you get the grays and you get the shadows and you get the mist, you get the fog. It's a veil on fall. It's a veil there. There's a lot of unknown, a lot of things that make you wonder during that time because of all the elements of fall. Okay. And so most definitely, I just went over some of the things that, calling on the ancestors and did, but we want to deal specifically with the Kemetic studies on certain netters that you can call on to give you a defense and be a guardian for you during these times. Now, number one, all you have to do, number one, because our ancestors dealt heavily with the afterlife. And so what you do is you get, number one, a judgment scene. You get a judgment, the hall of Ma'at, the judgment of the souls in the hall of Ma'at. You get that. See, now I'm teaching you something now. You get that. And in that, it's going to give you the element. Now, if you saw the first video and you done fortified your house, you done fortified your mind, your spirit, and your body, you see, then you got a certain element. You done empowered yourself. You can command some things. I want you to have confidence in yourself because our ancestors gave us the blueprint to a lot of things. You see, and all them, and see, nobody can escape the judgment of Osiris. You cannot escape that. He's the overlord. Okay, you can't. He's the underlord and the overlord. So it's no escaping Osiris. Okay, you got to come through the hall. You got to come through the hall, and we got somebody for you. You ain't no malevolency. They're gonna bring you. You understand? They got somebody for you. Believe me. Okay, they got somebody for you. So you're gonna get broke down. Ain't nobody coming through there with more power than the netters. Okay, and so in that, when you see the judgment scene, as all the element, all the netters, you got to break that down because it's dealing with the soul. So if you got any type of malevolency or any of that, then you invoke the deities of the judgment hall of Maya. Okay, now number one, we know the great lord of the underworld, Anubis, the gatekeeper who, the first person you see when you come into the hall of Ma'at. He the one like, what you here for? Who are you? He already know who you is, you see. But Anubis is a great benefactor, protector against any malevolency or, any malevolency. Anubis, okay, because he's this protector of the souls. He's the protector of the Acropolis, where the tombs and the great ones, the royalty and things of that nature. And so he's the protector. He don't allow malevolency to enter into the tombs. He's there as a protector. Okay, he's there as a protector. And so most definitely you want to call on Anubis to be with you. Okay, and even when you come into the tomb, when they opened up the tomb of Tut, the first thing that they saw was Anubis right there at the doorway. He was there it's the one where he's actually a full jackal. He's on top of like a altar stand, and he was there guarding the tomb of King Tut. So he is a guardian. You most definitely want to invoke the great overlord and underlord of spirituality, Anubis. You most definitely want to invoke him. Now, also, let me get that in there. Where is that at? Now, most definitely, we call on Osiris. Because Osiris put that, because Osiris is the judge. He's the judge, flat out, of all souls. Ain't nobody getting away from Osiris. So, you can invoke Osiris. Osiris put that warrant out on their ass. You see what I'm saying? Osiris put that warrant out and bring them on in. That's what he for. That's the Lord of the perfect black. And so everybody got to come through the heart. He's the judge. So all you had to do was go to the judge and invoke the judge, Osiris, and invoke with all humility and devotion, and if you feel, and you invoke, you call him, and you ask in devotion that call this motherfucker on in. This is a malevolent being. You feel me? Call him on in. Put a warrant out on him. That's how you have to do. Invoke your ancestors. Because all you doing when you call on these other deities all throughout the holidays, you calling on malevolency into your life. That's all you doing. Krampus night in motherfucking Mardi Gras. That's another one of them holidays in the winter. People don't know that. That's in the winter. That's a holiday in the winter. And so that's the Bacchanalia and Saturnalia. And so that's what when you go in, you ain't nothing but demons in that shit. I don't care what you say. Ain't nothing but demonic energy moving through that Mardi Gras. No different than Saturnalia, no different than the Bacchanalia. None of it. Most definitely you got to call on the great mother, Aset. Now, Aset was the most powerful entity in the universe when it came to magic. There's nobody more powerful than Aset. Okay, that's just all it is. She weaves all the magic, the energy, the science, the frequency. And so you most definitely want the Holy Mother in the house. That's just all it is. And really, that's probably the first one you want to call, because when Aset come, then all the others gonna come anyway. Because she's the great mother. Asa, Ampu, Heru, Tahuti, Amit, Mayat, Nebhet, all of those. They're gonna come with Aset. That's just how it goes. So the first person you gonna call the great mother, Aset. And you got Aset on your side, man. Nobody gonna come up against her at all. They ain't gonna even try. So you most definitely want to have the great mother on your side. Heru, you got to have the great Nu. You want to have all that on your side. When you get the great mother, call the great mother first. Nebhead, you want Nebhead, Ma'at. Then you call the brothers. You know what I'm saying? Then you call them. You get and balance it out though. Now balance it out. Because when you got the Holy Mother on out there, then the brothers gonna show up. They're gonna show up and they're gonna do their best. You call them by and the Holy Mother ain't there, then they might not do their best. But when you call the Holy Mother and you call the goddesses, and most definitely, the masculine energy gonna show up and balance it out. Okay. But Aset is the most powerful of all the netters when it came to magic. Okay. She was the most powerful. She even brought Ra to his knees. Okay. Even brought Ra to his knees. He slept up and then slipped up, and then he underestimated the power of Aset. And she showed him and brought him to his knees. That's the truth. Go read about that story. But most definitely, why do I call on Aset? Why do I say not only Aset, but Nebhet, Selket, and Neith. Now Nah, why are those four goddesses? Because when you go into the tomb of King Tut, you will see that on his sarcophagus, you will see the four goddesses in a protective state. Or the goddesses had wings, and you can see that each goddess was on one of the corners of the sarcophagus as a protective force field around the cot of Tutankhamun. You see, and so once you call them, then they're gonna put a protective force field around you. See, and listen, let me tell y'all something. When I tell you this, a lot of people look at that and say, you know what, man, what they talking, that ain't real. But the same people, and I'm showing you what they all over the scroll, built the greatest civilization that ever existed on the planet Earth. And when you and what I want people to understand is that the Egyptians, the ancient Egyptians, the Nubians, they were the inheritors of knowledge that was hundreds of thousands of years older than them. They didn't just create that knowledge, they were the inheritors of the knowledge. Okay? And so, what I want people, when you look at that pyramid, you have to understand that our people was as advanced in all studies on the planet. They was just as advanced in those studies as they were in the architecture. So when you think of medicine, you think of the Great Pyramid, and then you think they was just as advanced in medicine as they were as they were in architecture, in civil engineering. Okay, they were just as advanced in spirituality, in divinity, as they were in architecture. So I don't want you to think, oh, they so magnificent in this field, and then the other fields they weak. That don't make no goddamn sense to me. You fooling yourself. We tend to think that we more advanced. We're not more advanced today. We're not more advanced. America ain't but 100-something years goddamn old. Egypt lasted for 10,000 years. See, that's when the people, you in a bubble, and you fooling yourself. You in a bubble. Okay, so I want you to understand that what our ancestors put down, it cannot be undone, because when you think about our set, there's some science and there's some alchemy, there's some other things there that we need. We don't have the time. But when I say invoke, that means go into your deepest studies on our set. Go into your deepest studies on Osiris. Go into your deepest studies on Tahuti. You got to invoke Tahuti. Tahuti is divine thought, divine speech. You feel what I'm saying? And you want that, because a lot of what you're going to do is to invoke, okay, to speak in your thoughts into reality. Okay, so that's Tahuti, Ma'at, the balance, justice, order. And that's order mean the cosmic order also. And so when you studying Ma'at, you're studying the laws of cosmic order. And that's why I say we are the primordials. Ain't no getting away from that. They may not like it. We're not all equal. We're not all equal. It ain't about whether the moon is equal with the damn sun. They in their own divine respective orders. You see, it ain't about one. Is it they equal in fulfilling the order that was bestowed upon it and them by the cosmos. So as the sun was set in his order to rotate in this galaxy, and the earth has an order where it revolves around the sun every 365 days. It revolves around the sun in its order. The moon rises when the sun sets in that order. Everything lives within the order that was bestowed. It ain't got nothing to do with being equal with nothing. That ain't got shit. That's fooling you into thinking, because if you live your divine attributes, that somehow you being disrespectful, that ain't got shit to do with nothing. That ain't got shit to do with nothing. You got an order, and you must live the order that was bestowed upon you. And so that's what my id is. And so when you invoke my id, then that's studying the orders of the universe. And when you master the orders and cosmic laws of the universe, you ahead of everybody on this motherfucker. Period. You ahead of everybody on this motherfucker. And so you most definitely want to call on our set. You want to call on my, you want to call on our Sa in these times to be protective energies over you, and just living in righteousness and making sure you're invoking those netters all the time, putting them on the walls. Putting them on the walls. What I used to do, I used to go, I'm going to tell you, you can go to like the bookstores, and, I used to go to like Barnes and Nobles, and I'll get them damn books, them big ones, and they ain't got to cost that much, but they got all the pictures, and they be some nice size book. I just take them out and put them in frames and shit. You can take them pictures and put them in frames. All you have to do is get the book. You know what I'm saying? Go get you some frames, and you can take a book, man, a nice size book. I'm talking about, you see this tall folder I got. You can get one of them big tall books, and just take the pictures out the book and just put them all over, and get you some frames and put it all over the house, man. But make sure you put the netters in there. You see, make sure you put the netters and the talismans in there, and you speak to reality. Don't listen to no motherfucking body. These niggas out here fools. If you look at the world and in the condition these niggas is in, and you take into consider, that's why when I look, like I say, I didn't look into the comments. You know what I'm saying? Because I just wanted to teach. If you take into consideration anything these silly ass niggas out here talking about, man, you a failure. You can't fucking take into consideration nothing that these niggas out here talking about. Do what is right for you and yours, and you gonna prosper. You gonna be protected. You gonna be way ahead of the game. You see? Yeah, you're gonna be way ahead of the game. And when you trust the heavens, and that's true, good brother, all of those elements, all of those netters are in you. There's chakras and energy portals, or what they call energy centers inside of the body. You see, energy centers inside of the body. So they are in you. Osa, Aset, Ma'at is in you. In your mind, in your spirit, and in your body. You see, the organs and all of that, it's in you. So understand that, like they say, as they say, so above, so below. What is in and what is without is within. You see, all the elements of the universe is manifested in us. We are the cosmos made flesh. That's what we are. And so once we understand that, and we understand the laws of the universe, and we begin to study the elements of the universe, man, we far ahead of the goddamn game. We on our way to black divinity. And that's what I'm teaching here. And I appreciate y'all coming out, family. I appreciate y'all coming out. We're going to continue to move forward. Got some links out there for you. Please support. I'll be right black. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.